Packing your bags and heading across the ocean in search of adventure or even a new life is an exhilarating feeling. But let me tell you, there is nothing quite like the sting of realization when you realize you have just accidentally insulted your date because you did not understand a local custom. It is Julia here, and as someone who has spent years navigating the complex and often hilarious world of international romance, I have seen it all, from the well-intentioned traveler who moves too fast in Tokyo to the overly casual tourist who offends a traditional family in Mexico City. Dating abroad is not just about showing up with a passport and a smile, because if you carry the same habits you use back home into a completely different culture, you are going to find yourself sitting alone at a cafe wondering why nobody is calling you back. Today, we are going to dive deep into the mistakes that are absolutely killing your chances with locals and how you can flip the script to become the person everyone wants to get to know. One of the most common ways people sabotage themselves before they even leave the airport is by falling into the trap of cultural arrogance without even realizing it. Many travelers from Western countries especially arrive in places like France or Italy with a subconscious belief that their way of dating is the gold standard and anything else is just outdated or inefficient. If you walk into a bar in Paris and expect the same fast-paced, high-energy interaction you would find in New York, you are likely going to be met with a cold shoulder. In France, romance is often a slow burn, and it is built on the art of conversation and subtle intellectual sparring rather than bold declarations or aggressive flirting. When you ignore this and try to force a connection through loud bravado or by asking overly personal questions right away, you come across as unrefined and even a bit desperate. The French value the mystery and the chase, so if you kill that mystery in the first 10 minutes, you have effectively killed your chances. This need for a slower, more intellectual approach is not just a French phenomenon, but it transitions beautifully as you head south toward the sun-drenched streets of Spain. However, in Spain, the mistake shifts from being too aggressive to being too rigid with your schedule. I have seen so many people lose out on a second date in Madrid because they were too focused on the clock. In Spanish culture, time is fluid and the evening truly begins when the sun goes down. If you start checking your watch or insisting on a strict dinner time of 7 in the evening, you are going to miss the entire vibe of the culture. The mistake here is failing to embrace the spontaneity and the social energy of the Spanish night. People want someone who can flow with the music and the conversation until 2 in the morning without complaining about being tired. If you show up with a rigid itinerary for your date, you are signaling that you are not compatible with the local lifestyle, which is built on passion and being present in the moment. As we move across the Mediterranean toward the ancient beauty of Greece, we see another mistake that frequently ruins potential relationships, which is the misunderstanding of hospitality and family boundaries. In Greece and many parts of the Balkans, the line between a casual date and being part of the inner circle is much thinner than it is in London or Berlin. A major mistake here is being overly guarded or suspicious when a local person invites you to meet their friends or even their family very early on. While in your home country, meeting the mother might feel like a massive commitment in Greece, it can often just be a natural extension of their warm hospitality. If you react with fear or try to keep the relationship in a vacuum, you are going to hurt their feelings and come across as cold. Conversely, you must also be careful not to mistake this warmth for an immediate marriage proposal. It is a delicate balance of accepting the warmth without assuming you have found your soulmate after one afternoon of drinking coffee by the harbor. The transition from the Mediterranean warmth to the highly structured and polite society of Japan is perhaps one of the biggest culture shocks a dater can experience. In Japan, the mistake that kills your chances faster than anything else is a lack of awareness regarding social harmony, or what they call reading the air. If you are the type of person who likes to make a scene or speak very loudly in public places, you will find that your dating prospects in Tokyo vanish instantly. Public displays of affection are another huge hurdle. While a long kiss on a street corner might be romantic in Rome, it is often seen as deeply uncomfortable and disrespectful in Japan. If you try to push these boundaries too early, you are putting your date in an incredibly awkward position where they feel they have to choose between their attraction to you and their social reputation. To succeed here, you have to master the art of the unsaid and learn to appreciate the beauty of a quiet shared moment rather than demanding constant verbal or physical validation. Moving from the quiet streets of Kyoto to the bustling, high-tech world of South Korea, you will find a dating culture that is incredibly fast-paced, but also deeply traditional in its own way. One mistake I see constantly in Seoul is the failure to engage with the digital side of dating. In South Korea, your relationship often lives on your phone. If you are the kind of person who hates texting or takes 5 hours to reply to a message, you are going to be seen as uninterested or even rude. There is a culture of constant check-ins and cute stickers that might feel overwhelming to a foreigner, but it is the primary way interest is shown. If you ignore this and try to be the mysterious person who does not use their phone, you will find that your date has moved on to someone else before you even finish your lunch. You have to be willing to play the game and participate in the couple culture that defines modern Korean romance. This intense focus on social cues and digital connection leads us toward the vast and diverse landscapes of Southeast Asia, where the mistakes often revolve around the concept of face and financial expectations. In countries like Thailand or the Philippines, the biggest mistake you can make is causing someone to lose face, especially in public. If you get frustrated with a language barrier and raise your voice, or if you correct your date condescendingly in front of their friends, you have effectively ended the relationship. Saving face is paramount, and once you have embarrassed someone in their own community, there is usually no coming back from it. Furthermore, there is often a complex dance around who pays for what. While many modern locals are happy to split the bill, assuming that you can just treat everything like a business transaction can come across as incredibly cheap or disrespectful to the traditional roles of a guest and a host. You need to navigate these waters with extreme generosity of spirit and a calm demeanor. As we fly across the Pacific toward Latin America, the energy shifts entirely, and the mistakes become about rhythm and emotional expression. In Brazil or Colombia, the mistake that kills your chances is being too emotionally reserved, or what some might call being a robot. These cultures are deeply expressive, and they value people who wear their hearts on their sleeves. If you are sitting there overanalyzing every word and trying to play it cool, you are going to seem boring and detached. People want to feel your energy, and they want to see that you are moved by the music and the food and the company. However, a secondary mistake here is assuming that because everyone is friendly and flirtatious, it means they are looking for something casual. There is a deep respect for the family unit and for serious courtship in many Latin American circles. If you treat your date like a temporary vacation fling while they are looking for a genuine connection, you are going to leave a trail of broken hearts and a bad reputation in your wake. The journey continues into the heart of Mexico, where the mistake of ignoring traditional chivalry can be a deal breaker. Even in a modernizing world, many Mexican women appreciate the traditional gestures of a gentleman, and many Mexican men take pride in being the provider during a date. If you are a woman who insists on being aggressively independent to the point of refusing any help, or if you are a man who forgets to pull out a chair or walk on the street side of the sidewalk, you might find that the chemistry fizzles out. It is not about being incapable, but about acknowledging the cultural dance of courtship. When you reject these small gestures, you are often rejecting a part of their identity. Transitioning into the broader Caribbean culture, the mistake often lies in being too uptight about the local pace of life. If you are stressed out because the boat is late or the restaurant service is slow, you are projecting an energy that is the opposite of attractive. People in the Caribbean want a partner who can weather the storm with a smile, not someone who brings the stress of a corporate office into a tropical paradise. Finally, we look at the overarching mistake that ties all of these countries together, which is the refusal to learn the local language. You do not need to be fluent, but if you rely entirely on English, you are essentially asking the local population to do all the work in the relationship. When you make the effort to learn the slang and the jokes and the subtle nuances of a language, you are showing that you value the person enough to meet them halfway. Dating abroad is the ultimate test of your character and your ability to adapt. If you can stop making these mistakes and start approaching every new country with humility and a genuine desire to learn, you will find that the world opens up to you in ways you never thought possible. I hope these insights help you navigate your next international adventure with a bit more grace and a lot more success. Remember that at the end of the day, every culture just wants to be respected and understood. If you can do that, you are already ahead of 90% of the people out there. Would you like me to create a personalized cultural dating guide for a specific country you are planning to visit next?